My beloved child, listen to me carefully today, December 13th, because the words you are reading right now are not coming to you by accident. And they are not a game. They are not a joke. And they are not just another message on a screen that you scroll past and forget. They are a turning point, a spiritual emergency call, and a lifeline from my heart to your heart. Sent at the exact moment you needed it most, even when you did not know how much danger you were actually in. I, the Lord your God, am speaking over you right now, and I am telling you that heaven is not silent about your life. Heaven is not ignoring your pain. And heaven is not blind to the battles you are facing in secret. Those battles that no one else understands. Those fears that you dare not admit out loud. And those silent tears you wipe away pretending to be strong. Today I am placing my words in front of you because there are things moving around you that you cannot see. There are forces working to delay you, distract you, and destroy you. And I will not stand by and watch you walk into tragedy without first shouting to your spirit, "Wake up, my child. I am trying to save your life." Archangel Michael stands beside you in this very hour. And the urgency you feel in your spirit right now is not anxiety. It is a holy alarm. It is a spiritual siren calling you to pay attention. He is saying, "I will never talk to you if you skip me now." Not because heaven hates you, not because you are rejected, but because there are windows in time when my voice is especially near. Moments when I bend low to whisper direction, protection, and correction. And if you harden your heart and switch off your attention in these sacred moments, you step outside of the shelter I am offering you. My child, let this warning go deep. A big tragedy has been building like a storm on the horizon of your life. And while you have been busy, distracted, tired, worried, and overwhelmed, the enemy has been trying to set the final pieces into place, hoping you will stay asleep spiritually so that you do not see the danger until it is too late. But I, your God, refuse to let you walk blind into what could crush you, break you, and steal from you. And that is why this message is burning in front of your eyes on this very date, at this very time. You have asked me many times, "God, do you really see me? Do you really care? Do you really know what I am going through?" And though you may have doubted, every one of those cries rose like incense before me. I have watched you smile in front of others while your heart screamed for help. I have seen you hold yourself together while you were breaking in the dark. And I have listened to your thoughts when you could not find words for your pain. Do not think that I am calm about the people who mistreated you, used you, lied to you, and tried to bury your name. Do not think that I am blind to the traps that were quietly set, the plans that were secretly made, and the conversations about you that never reached your ears. I am the God who sees behind every door and hears behind every wall. And I tell you now by my own authority, I have seen enough. The big tragedy that is trying to come your way is not always a sudden accident or a dramatic disaster in the way you might imagine. Sometimes the tragedy is a relationship that finally crosses a line and damages you beyond recognition. Sometimes it is a financial decision that locks you into years of unnecessary hardship. Sometimes it is a move, a connection, a compromise, or a yes that you give to the wrong person at the wrong time. The enemy wants you to believe that danger looks obvious, but often he wraps it in something shiny, something comfortable, something familiar, something emotionally intense, something that promises quick relief, and something that seems easier than waiting for my timing. I am sending this message today to pull the cover off of that illusion, to show you that not all open doors are from me. Not every friend carries good intentions, and not every opportunity is a blessing. My child, I am trying to save your life, your emotional life, your mental life, your spiritual life, and even your physical life. There are environments I do not want you to go back to, even though you feel nostalgic. There are people I do not want you to keep chasing, even though you think you cannot live without them. There are habits I am asking you to lay down now before they lock you into a future of regret, shame, and self-destruction. The tragedy that is being planned against you has layers. The outer layer may look like a simple disappointment, but behind it there is a deeper intention to drain your joy, silence your voice, weaken your faith, and disconnect you from the destiny I wrote over you before you were even born. Archangel Michael has been fighting battles on your behalf that you never saw. There were nights when you thought you could not sleep because of stress. But in the spirit realm, there were attempts to surround you with darkness. And Michael with the host of heaven stood at your door, your bed, your mind, and said, "No further." You survived nights you did not even know were deadly. You changed your mind about certain plans at the last moment, thinking it was random. But in truth, it was my hand turning you away. You missed certain calls, lost certain contacts, and watched certain people disappear from your life. And though you were confused and hurt, this was part of my intervention. This was my protection dressed as rejection. Today, November 14th, I am telling you that I am not just saving you from something. I am saving you for something. You will receive into your life a measure of strength, clarity, and favor that you have not known before. But to receive it, you must stay under my covering. You will receive into your hands new opportunities that are clean, not corrupt, connections that are true, not manipulative, paths that bring peace, not chaos. You will receive into your heart a new identity that does not bow to fear, shame, or the opinions of those who never understood your value. But listen to me. These gifts are not flowing into a life that lives in compromise, they are pouring into a life that finally decides. I will listen when God speaks to me. I will not skip His warnings. And I will not treat His messages as background noise. You have been on the edge of giving up more than once. There were moments when you thought, what is the point of trying? Nothing changes. No one truly supports me. I am tired. I am drained. And I am alone. Yet even in those moments, something inside you refused to die. That something was my breath. I have kept you even when you did not want to be kept. I have held you even when you were pushing me away. And I have quietly removed what you begged me to let you keep because I knew that keeping it would lead you to a tragedy you were not designed to survive. You call it loss. I call it rescue. You call it being abandoned. I call it being rerouted. You call it bad luck. I call it divine interruption. There are people smiling in your face who are not smiling in their heart toward you. There are lips that say, I care about you, while their thoughts envy, criticize, and compete with you. There are hands that offer help but are secretly calculating what they can take from you in return. My child, I am the God of truth, not illusion. And in this season, I am tearing off masks. I am exposing the double-minded, the double-tongued, and the double-faced around you. The tragedy the enemy planned was to keep you surrounded by counterfeit love until you could no longer recognize the real. If you kept ignoring my nudges, if you kept explaining away the red flags, if you kept prioritizing people over your peace, you would have walked straight into a heartbreak that would have taken years to recover from, and even worse, it would have pushed you away from me. This is what I am preventing today. Archangel Michael's warning. I will never talk to you if you skip me now is not a threat of abandonment. It is a picture of how powerful this moment is. There are seasons when my voice is louder, when my instructions are clearer, when my protection is closer. This is one of those seasons. If you shrug this off, if you say it's just another message, it doesn't matter. If you continue in the same patterns that are draining your spirit, you step outside of the shield I am raising around you. I am not punishing you. I am honoring your decisions. If you choose to stay in dangerous places emotionally and spiritually, even after I send warnings, you choose a path where unnecessary pain awaits. I love you too much to stay quiet about that. Today I am drawing a line for you. On one side of the line is the life you have been living. Stretched thin, trying to make everyone happy. Ignoring your own soul, tolerating disrespect, pretending things are okay when they are not, holding on to people who have shown you again and again that they are not safe for your heart. On the other side of the line is the life I am offering you. A life of alignment. Where your yes means something. Where your no is respected. Where your boundaries are honored. Where your circle is smaller but real. Where your inner peace is not constantly bleeding, and where your future is not controlled by those who do not have your best interest at heart. The big tragedy is staying on the wrong side of that line simply because you are afraid to cross it. You will receive into your days a new kind of wisdom. If you listen now, you will notice how conversations feel in your spirit, not just how they sound in your ears. You will sense when something is off, even if you cannot explain why. You will feel my gentle push to leave certain places earlier, to say no to certain invitations, to step back from certain arguments, and to let go of certain grudges. This is me rearranging the steps ahead of you to dismantle the traps that have already been set. I will speak through your intuition, through a tightness in your chest, through a lack of peace, through sudden delays that frustrate you but secretly protect you. When you feel these things, stop and ask, what is God rescuing me from right now? Even before you know the full picture, trust the interruption, my beloved. There is also tragedy trying to attach itself to your mind. The enemy wants your thoughts to spiral to convince you that you are too late, too broken, too flawed, too behind, too unworthy, and too damaged to ever walk in the life I promised you. Those are lies. The enemy fears what will happen if you realize how loved, chosen, and protected you truly are. That is why he keeps replaying old memories of shame and failure like a highlight reel in your mind. But I, your God, am rewriting your internal story. I am taking the soundtrack of condemnation and replacing it with the steady rhythm of my affirmation. You are still in my plan. You are still under my hand and you are still worth saving, healing, and lifting. There are some choices you made in weakness that you still punish yourself for. You replay those decisions and say, if only I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here. If only I had listened earlier, my life would be different. Hear me. The big tragedy is not that you made mistakes. The tragedy would be staying chained to them. The enemy wants you to believe that a few wrong turns have permanently cancelled my promises over you. But he is a liar. I am the God who brings beauty out of ashes, order out of chaos, and direction out of confusion. I am able to take the very things that were meant to destroy you and weave them into testimonies that will one day help others. You are not disqualified. You are being refined. Today I also speak to the fear that something terrible is coming to crush you. You have felt this sense of doom. This vague anxiety that something bad is about to happen, that fear has been trying to convince you that you are unprotected. That you are exposed and that you are at the mercy of whatever the world throws at you. Listen to me. Yes, there was a tragedy forming, but my intervention is greater than the enemy's intention. When I warn you, it is not to paralyze you with terror. It is to empower you with information. I am telling you where not to step, who not to trust, what not to accept, and which roads not to take. As you obey these nudges, you will feel the heaviness lift. And you will notice that what you feared never came to pass. You will look back and say, something shifted around that time. Something I cannot fully explain. And that something will be my hand. You will receive into your surroundings a new level of order. I am calling you to clear your space of certain energies, certain objects, certain memories, and certain voices. There are songs, messages, videos, and conversations you feed your spirit with, that keep reinforcing fear, shame, lust, anger, and comparison. You think they do not affect you much, but they slowly shift your atmosphere. The tragedy is living under a cloud you created without realizing it. Today, I am asking you to clean your spiritual environment. Remove what keeps pulling your mind into darkness. Disconnect from what constantly triggers your deepest wounds. Make room in your inner house so that my peace can fill it, because I am preparing to send new things and I do not pour living water into a cup already filled with poison. My child, do not be afraid of losing people during this season. Some people will become uncomfortable as you heal. Some will mock you as you change. Some will distance themselves as you raise your standards. Let them go. Their exit may hurt, but it is part of the tragedy I am saving you from. The ones who cannot handle your growth were never meant to be permanent in your story. I am not taking everyone away. I am rearranging the cast around you so that your life is no longer crowded with those who secretly root against you. In time, I will bring those who speak life, stand in truth, pray for you, encourage your progress, and genuinely celebrate your wins. For now, trust the pruning. You will receive into your future opportunities to step out of surviving and into truly living. Pay attention in the days ahead. Invitations that align with your peace, doors that match the values I am writing on your heart, and paths that stretch you without breaking you will appear. Do not sabotage them by saying I don't deserve this or good things never last for me. That negative confession is a weapon the enemy uses against you. When I open a door, I want you to say, I am walking into this with God. If He brought it, He will sustain it. If it is His will, He will give me the strength and wisdom to steward it. This attitude becomes a shield around your blessings today. November 14th. As this message reaches you, I want you to feel my nearness. I am not far away in some unreachable place. I am as close as the breath in your lungs. When you whisper my name, I incline my ear. When your heart trembles with fear, I wrap you in comfort, even if you cannot feel it yet. When you take even the smallest step to obey me, choosing peace over drama, choosing truth over lies, choosing self-respect over begging for love, choosing my timing over rushing, I celebrate you. You are not a failure in my eyes. You are a fighter and you are my beloved. Archangel Michael is stationed on your path, lifting his sword against what rises to harm you. But he is also assigned to cut off what you cling to that is killing you softly. This means there will be sudden shifts, abrupt endings, strange delays, and unexpected changes. Do not panic when they come. Do not call every removal a curse. Some of these sharp changes are Michael's sword severing you from a chain you could not break on your own. If you skip this understanding, you will misinterpret my mercy as misfortune. That misinterpretation is part of the tragedy I am saving you from. You will receive into your body a new desire to care for yourself. I am not only concerned with your spirit. I care about your rest, your health, your energy. There are habits of neglect. Staying up too late, skipping meals, overwork, scrolling endlessly, staying in stressful conversations that have been slowly breaking you down. Your body has been whispering for help through fatigue, headaches, heaviness, and tension. Listen, your body is not your enemy. It is the temple where my spirit dwells. As you begin to respect your limits, listen to your signals, and simplify what drains you, you will sense strength returning. This is not selfish. This is stewardship. This shift will also break the enemy's plan to push you into burnout, illness, and collapse. If at any moment as you read this your heart feels overwhelmed, remember this. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to guide you. I am not shouting at you because you failed. I am calling you because you are loved. The warning is serious. Yes, but it is wrapped in tenderness. I am saying come closer. Listen now, respond now. Because the sooner you align with me, the more tragedy we prevent together. You are not powerless in this. Your choices matter. Choose to take this message seriously. Choose to let it rearrange your priorities. Choose to protect your peace and your future. My beloved child, you will receive into your story a new chapter, one that does not repeat the darkest patterns of your past. This chapter will still have challenges because you live in a world that is imperfect, but you will not walk into the kind of avoidable catastrophe the enemy plotted behind your back. Your eyes will be sharper, your spirit more awake, your boundaries stronger. Your support system more genuine, and your faith deeper. This is what I am preparing you for. This is why this message found you today and not another day. This is why heaven's alarm is ringing through these words. I am trying to save your life. So now hold these words close. Let them sink not just into your mind, but into your decisions tonight in the quiet moments before you sleep. Talk to me about the people, the habits, and the situations that came to your mind as you read this. Ask me for the courage to let go where you must let go, to stay where you must stay, to move where you must move, and to trust where you struggle to trust. I will answer, I will guide, I will cover you. And as you walk with me step by step, day by day, you will see that the tragedy that was coming your way turns into a testimony of how I rescued you, redirected you, and restored you because I am your God. I am for you and I am not finished with you. I.e.t. my white precious child. Today, November 14th, I am closer to you than the breath you are taking right now. I see you reading these words with a mixture of curiosity, fear, hope, and a long silent tiredness that you rarely admit out loud. I know how many heavy things you carry behind a quiet face. I know the part of you that is asking, is this really for me? Hear me clearly. Yes, this message is for you. I am speaking into your heart in this moment because nothing about your life is random to me. Today, November 14th, I wrap you in my presence and I say, you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not standing on the edge of your life alone. I have watched every battle, every sleepless night, every time you forced a smile while your soul was aching. I have seen the way you have continued to stand when others would have fallen. I have seen the way you wipe your own tears and still try to encourage others. You do not realize how proud I am of the strength you have shown just to stay alive and keep moving. Archangel Michael says, I am standing guard beside you in this hour. These words are not given to you to scare you but to awaken you. When you read, I will never talk to you if you skip me. Now understand the depth of this. You have reached a moment in your life that is not casual. This is a turning point in your spirit. This is a moment in which I, your God, am inviting you to stop running from what hurts, to stop ignoring what is dangerous for your soul, and to stop pretending you are fine when you are not. This is not a threat. It is an urgent embrace. It is my way of saying, do not ignore what I am showing you anymore. A big tragedy is coming your way. These words frighten you, but listen to me carefully. Tragedy in my language to you right now is not just an accident or an outside event. The greatest tragedy I am trying to save you from is you continuing to live far below who you truly are. The tragedy I am trying to save you from is staying tied to people, habits, and environments that are quietly killing your peace, stealing your energy, and suffocating your destiny. The tragedy I am trying to prevent is the slow destruction of your joy, your purpose, and your faith. I am not here to terrify you. I am here to protect you. I am trying to save your life in more ways than you understand. I am trying to save you from relationships that only pretend to love you but have no respect for your heart. I am trying to save you from patterns that make you feel good for a moment but leave you empty and guilty afterward. I am trying to save you from decisions made in loneliness and fear that would chain you for years. I am trying to save you from trusting voices that flatter you to your face and curse you behind your back. My child, when my spirit nudges you, when your heart suddenly feels disturbed by someone or something, that is my warning. That is my love. That is me saying don't go that way. You will receive into your life what your spirit is ready to hold. You want peace but you cannot receive deep peace while you are constantly holding tight to what I am asking you to release. You want clarity, but you cannot receive heavenly clarity while you keep entertaining confusion. You want pure love, but you cannot receive pure love while you keep giving your time and your feelings to those who dishonor you. You want doors to open, but some doors cannot open until certain other doors are firmly closed. Today, November 14th, I am touching your heart and saying, it is time. You have felt a strange heaviness recently, a sense that something is off, even when you can't explain it. You feel like something is changing around you, like certain people are acting differently, like some situations are shifting in a way you can't quite describe. My child, that is because I am rearranging things behind the scenes. I am pulling certain things away from you that do not match where I am taking you. I know you don't understand it yet, but what feels like loss now will later look like protection. What makes you sad now will later make sense as divine redirection. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of my protection, my strength, my victory over every darkness that has tried to press into your mind. You have been under a quiet attack in your thoughts. The whispers that tell you that you are not enough, that nothing will change, that you are always destined to be disappointed, these are lies that I want to tear down today. Every time that voice tells you that your life is over, I speak louder and say, you are just in a chapter, not the ending. Every time that voice tells you that nobody truly loves you, I answer, you are deeply loved in ways you cannot yet see. I know you have made mistakes. I know there are things in your past that you wish you could undo. I know there are words you wish you never said and paths you wish you never walked. You look back and sometimes feel regret, that hurts like a wound that won't fully heal. But listen to me. I am not counting your failures to condemn you. I am counting your tears to heal you. I am not replaying your past to shame you. I am reshaping your future to elevate you. Where you see a list of reasons why you are unworthy, I see a story of survival, a heart that has refused to completely give up. The tragedy I am warning you about is not my punishment. It is the natural result of ignoring what I have been gently showing you for a long time. You have known for a while that certain people cannot go with you into your next season. You have felt it in your spirit that certain habits are delaying your blessing. You have felt that certain environments drain your soul every time you go back to them. You have seen the red flags. You have heard the inner alarm. But you, my beloved, are so kind, so soft-hearted, and so hopeful for change in others that you often allow yourself to stay where your soul is slowly breaking. Today I am raising my voice, inside your spirit and saying, do not ignore me this time. Do not sweep your pain under the rug again. Do not pretend you are comfortable in places where your soul is actually suffocating. Do not call it normal when it is actually toxic. Do not call it love when it is actually control, manipulation or convenience. Do not call it loyalty when it is actually misuse, disrespect and emotional abuse. You deserve more than this because I created you for more than this. I have placed in you a purpose that is bigger than the opinions of those who don't really know you. I have planted in your heart dreams that did not come from your imagination alone. These are seeds I, your God, placed in you long before you felt unworthy. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift that allows you to feel me. Your tears are not signs of failure. They are evidence that your heart is still alive, still capable of loving, still capable of believing. Your struggle is not proof that I have abandoned you. It is the pressure that is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. The big tragedy that I want to save you from is you living the rest of your life believing that you are small, powerless, and unloved. The tragedy I want to stop is you shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that can't see your value. The tragedy I refuse to allow is you sacrificing your own mental health just to keep a temporary connection with people who would not cross a road for you if you were the one in need. My child, I love you too much to stay silent while you slowly tear your own heart apart trying to earn what was never meant to be your source. That is why today I am speaking loudly into your spirit. This is why you were drawn to this message. This is why even though part of you feels skeptical, another part of you feels like this is exactly what I needed to hear. I am the one who arranges such moments. I can take words on a screen and breathe life through them into your soul. I can take the ordinary and use it as a doorway for the extraordinary. Nothing about this moment is an accident. I know that you sometimes feel like you are running out of time. You feel like you have wasted years. You feel like you are behind everyone else, but your timeline is not destroyed. You are not late with me. I can restore what was lost, accelerate what was delayed, and multiply what is left. I can open doors in a single day that make up for years of disappointment. I can bring the right people into your life in a way that makes the wrong people fade into distant memory. I can rewrite your story so beautifully that the chapters that once broke you become the very proof of my faithfulness. You will receive into your hands opportunities that are aligned with who you really are, not who you pretend to be to keep others comfortable. I am preparing open doors that will require you to be braver, more honest, and more authentic than ever before. I am getting ready to guide you into work, relationships, and environments that reflect my love for you. But before I bring you fully into that, I must first bring you out of what is destroying you. You cannot carry dead weight into a future that is alive with promise. This is why I am sending you warnings in love. I am not trying to scare you with images of disaster. I am trying to wake you up from a deep sleep of self-neglect. You have spent so long looking out for everyone else that you have forgotten how to protect your own heart. You have allowed people to cross boundaries you never should have lowered. You have accepted behavior that your soul cries out against. You have let "I understand them" become an excuse for "I don't protect myself." My child, I am teaching you that understanding others must not mean abandoning yourself. Today I am calling you back to yourself. And in calling you back to yourself, I am calling you back to me. I am the one who knows the real you. The one beneath all the defense mechanisms, beneath all the fears, beneath all the masks. I know the child in you who just wants to be safe. I know the adult in you who is tired of being strong all the time. I know the soul in you that is craving a deep breath, a safe place, and a fresh start. I am that safe place. My presence is that rest. When you feel alone, speak to me. You don't have to use perfect words, religious language, or rehearsed phrases. Just speak from your heart. Tell me when you're angry. Tell me when you're scared. Tell me when you feel numb. I can handle your honesty. I prefer your raw truth to any fake performance. You never have to pretend with me. I already see everything you hide from everyone else. And I love you still. There is nothing you can reveal to me that will make me walk away from you. Archangel Michael's presence around you is a reminder. You are defended in the unseen. There are battles you never saw because I already blocked them. There were conversations you were never invited into because I shielded you from their poison. There were disasters you never experienced because I quietly diverted you at the last moment. You think you have been unprotected, but you do not realize how many times my hand has shielded you from what would have crushed you. But there is something I need from you now. I need your agreement with your own healing. I need your cooperation with my guidance. I need you to stop going back to what I have clearly shown you is not good for you. I need you to stop fighting to remain where I am trying to gently move you out of. I need you to stop explaining away the red flags that I keep placing in your path. I am speaking urgently because I love you, not because I want to condemn you. I am saying open this now because your heart has delayed its own healing long enough. You do not have to figure everything out tonight, but you do have to take the next right step. That next step might be finally admitting to yourself that this situation is not healthy. It might be deciding to set a boundary and stick to it. It might be choosing to forgive yourself for your past and stop punishing yourself for what you cannot change. It might be choosing rest instead of another night of overthinking. It might be letting go of someone you thought you could not live without, but who has been quietly dimming your light. Know this, I am not threatening to never speak to you again. I am not a human being that gets offended and abandons you. When you read, I will never talk to you if you skip me. Now, understand it as this. Your heart has reached a level of pain and danger where ignoring what I am saying would hurt you deeply. It is not that I will stop loving you or guiding you. It is that you may find it harder and harder to hear my voice clearly if you continue ignoring it. The more you silence your own inner knowing, the more confused you will feel. I am trying to prevent that confusion. I am trying to preserve your clarity. So today, make a quiet decision in your heart. I will not ignore my soul any longer. Make a decision. I will listen to the warnings inside me. Make a decision. I will honor the love of God by honoring myself. This is not selfishness, this is alignment. When you honor your own God-given worth, you honor me. When you protect your heart from harm, you are caring for a life that I call precious. When you remove yourself from what destroys your peace, you are cooperating with my protection. You will receive into your mind a new level of wisdom. If you open your heart to me, I will show you patterns you did not see before. I will make you notice things you previously ignored. I will give you discernment about people, places, and opportunities. I will show you who is genuine and who only appears genuine. I will reveal who is meant to walk with you and who is meant only to pass through your life. I will give you signs not to make you paranoid but to give you peace about the decisions you must make. You will receive into your heart a new calm. The anxiety that has become your daily companion is not your identity. The restlessness that keeps you awake is not your permanent state. As you choose to follow my guidance, as you step away from what I am asking you to leave, you will feel a lightness you have not felt in years. You will breathe differently. You will walk differently. You will wake up and not feel the same dread that has been sitting like a weight on your chest. That is the life I am trying to save. You will receive into your life new connections that reflect my love for you. I will send people who speak to you with respect, not contempt. I will send people who see your value, not just your usefulness. I will send people who do not drain you, but pour into you. I will send people who do not just want your energy, your money, your attention, but genuinely care for your soul. When they arrive, you will recognize them because their presence will feel like a breath of fresh air, not a constant struggle for your worth. Do not be surprised when I start removing certain people and things. Do not be surprised when certain doors close. Do not be surprised when certain invitations stop coming. Do not see it as rejection. See it as redirection. I am not trying to isolate you. I am trying to recalibrate your path. Sometimes I must cut away what is harmful before I can bring in what is holy for you. Sometimes I must disappoint you in the short term to protect you in the long term. Today, November 14th, mark this in your heart as a day of awakening, not a day of fear. This is the day I call you to become conscious of how precious your life is. Your life is not cheap. Your heart is not a toy. Your mind is not a dumping ground for negativity. Your energy is not a resource for people who refuse to grow. You are my creation. You carry my fingerprints. You are worthy of love that heals, not love that wounds. You are worthy of respect that builds you, not sarcasm that breaks you down. Walk with me from this moment. Let these words sink into you slowly like gentle rain over dry ground. You do not have to change everything overnight. Just take the next step toward what gives you peace, not what constantly breaks it. Take the next step toward truth, not toward denial. Take the next step toward honoring your own heart. I will walk every step with you. When you feel weak, I will be your strength. When you feel confused, I will be your light. When you feel alone, I will be the presence that never leaves. My child, I am trying to save your life. Not only in the physical sense, but in the emotional and spiritual sense. I am saving you from a life where you keep betraying yourself to keep others comfortable. I am saving you from a life where you forever silence your own needs. I am saving you from a life where you allow your soul to be slowly broken in exchange for crumbs of affection. You deserve more because I say so. And when I say something about your worth, no one has the authority to contradict me. So open this message in your heart, not just on your screen. Let it reach the places you usually hide. Let it comfort the parts of you that feel like no one understands. Let it strengthen the parts of you that feel close to giving up. Let it challenge the parts of you that cling to what is hurting you. You are not reading this by accident. This is an appointment. This is me, your God, bending close and whispering. I am here. I am speaking. I am protecting. I am guiding. Do not ignore me this time. A big tragedy was forming in the shadows. Not just in circumstances, but in the slow dying of your spirit. But today I place my hand between you and that tragedy. Today I send my light into the dark places. Today I send my word into the lies that have chained you. Today I send my love to cut through your fear. Today I say live, rise, heal, move forward. You are not alone in this. Heaven surrounds you more than you know. Hold these words close. Read them again when your heart trembles. Read them again when you're tempted to go back to what I pulled you from. Read them again when you forget your worth. I am with you in every page of your story. I am the one who writes redemption over every line that once carried pain. Nothing and no one can stop my love for you. Open your heart now and receive into your life the protection, wisdom, and new beginning I am pouring over you in this very moment. My child, today on this 14th of November, I am speaking to you in a way that you cannot ignore anymore because I see the battle in your heart. I see the confusion in your mind and I see the danger that is silently walking toward your life even when you think nothing is happening. I am your God and I am not speaking to you by accident. I am not playing with your emotions. I am not sending these words to entertain you. I am reaching for your soul because something heavy is shifting around you and I refuse to stand by and watch you walk into a tragedy that I have already prepared a way of escape from. Listen to me very carefully because this is not a day like any other day. Today, November 14th is a line in the sand for you. A turning point that your spirit will remember even if your mind tries to forget. I am marking this day as a day when you were warned, loved, protected, and called higher. I am marking this day as the day when heaven leaned close to your life and whispered, enough of the delay, enough of the confusion, enough of the wandering. It is time to choose. Archangel Michael is standing near you in this hour and he has been trying to get your attention in the realm that you cannot see. He has already drawn his sword over your situation. He has already confronted forces that wanted to suffocate your joy, steal your peace, and bring a sudden calamity into your life. He has been watching the conversations you don't hear, the plans that are being made around you, the traps that are being arranged in secret. And he has been saying, if they skip this moment, if they ignore this call, I will no longer be able to speak softly. I will never talk to you in the same way if you skip me now because your heart will grow harder, your ears will grow dull and you will mistake danger for comfort. Understand this clearly when he says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. It is not because heaven wants to abandon you, but because if you continue to ignore my voice, your heart will close itself. Your own choices will silence what I am saying, and you will think I am far away when in truth you are the one who has gone far. This is why this moment is serious. This is why there is urgency in this message. I am trying to save your life, your destiny, your peace, and your future from a tragedy that is attempting to walk through the door. There is a big tragedy that the enemy has been crafting behind the scenes. One that looks like it will come suddenly out of nowhere, but I have seen it long before it was planned. This tragedy is not just an accident, not just one bad day. It is a chain reaction. It is an emotional breakdown, a betrayal, a loss, a moment that could break your heart and make you feel like you do not want to go on. The enemy wants to see you in a place where you say, I have nothing left. I am finished. I am tired of life itself. That is what he is after. He is not merely after your job, your relationship, or your money. He is after your will to fight, your fire, your hope, your faith. But I, your God, am stepping in today to interrupt that plan. I am sending my words like a shield around you. I am sending my warning like a light into a dark tunnel. I am sending my love into the exact place where you feel alone, misunderstood, and overlooked. You think no one sees how exhausted you really are. You think no one understands the weight you've been carrying. But I see it. I have counted every tear. I have listened to every silent cry that you never spoke out loud. That is why I will not let this day pass as if it is nothing. That is why you are reading this now, my child. There are conversations happening about you that you are not aware of. There are people thinking about you, planning with you in mind, but not all of them are planning your good. Some are smiling in front of you and rehearsing your downfall behind closed doors. Some are pretending to support you but are secretly hoping you fail so they can feel better about their own emptiness. Some are acting like they care but they are feeding off your confusion and your vulnerability. I have been showing signs to your spirit, giving you that small uncomfortable feeling whenever you talk to them or think of them, and you keep pushing it away. You call it overthinking, but it is me giving you discernment. Archangel Michael has been standing between you and certain people, certain environments, certain paths, because he knows what you do not yet see. When he whispers, "Do not go there. Do not answer them. Do not trust that." He is not trying to control you. He is trying to cover you. But every time you treat these warnings lightly, every time you say it's nothing, I'm just imagining it, you move one step closer to the very danger you asked me to protect you from. Today I am drawing your attention back. Today I am pressing on your heart more firmly. Today I am saying, do not skip this. Do not scroll past this. Do not harden your heart again. This message found you because I wanted it to. This message is sitting in front of your eyes because your spirit called for help and your Father answered. You think that nothing is changing in your life, but there are battles that have already been won for you that you haven't even seen yet. There are accidents that were cancelled. There are betrayals that were exposed before they could cut too deep. There are losses that I turned away from your path. There are nights when darkness wanted to sit on your mind and make you feel like life has no meaning. But my hand pushed it back. You did not see all of this. So you think I am silent, but I have been loudly fighting for you in the unseen world. However, there are choices I cannot make for you. There are doors you must choose to close. There are habits you must decide to let go of. There are people you must finally stop running back to. There are environments you must stop forcing yourself into even when every part of your soul feels drained there. Today, November 14th. I am asking you to stop acting like you do not hear me. You have asked for clarity and now I am giving it to you. The big tragedy that is trying to come into your life is connected to disobedience, to refusing to let go, to ignoring the red flags that your soul keeps waving in front of you. It is connected to staying where your spirit is dying, to trusting where your peace is constantly broken, to sleeping next to danger because you have become used to the feeling of pain. My child, you are not created to live in constant emotional torture. You are not created to walk on eggshells, always afraid of who will hurt you next. Always suspicious yet still attached to the very people who wound you. I am asking you to listen now because I am trying to save not only your physical life but the life of your purpose, the life of your future, the life of your calling. The enemy wants to break you before you discover who you truly are in me. He wants you so distracted with heartbreak, so occupied with survival, so consumed by fear that you never step into the boldness, peace, and power that I designed you for. You will receive into your life something that will shock you. Something that will make sense of why I asked you to let go. Why I asked you to move differently. Why I said no when you wanted yes. You will receive into your hands an answer, a breakthrough, a blessing that has been prepared for you. But it will not fit into the old version of you. It will not fit in the same environment that keeps wounding you. It will not be comfortable in the presence of those who secretly root against you. This is why I am separating you before I surprise you. This is why I am cleaning your circle before I fill your life. My child, you are about to receive into your heart a peace that you have not felt in a long time. But that peace is coming on the other side of a choice. You must choose to obey the gentle nudge that I keep giving you. You must choose to say enough is enough to situations that have stolen your joy for far too long. You must choose to take your hands off what I am removing so I can fill them with what I am sending. A big tragedy is coming your way if you continue to pretend you do not hear me. If you keep ignoring the alarms in your spirit, you will walk back into the same trap I have already shown you. If you keep going back to what I rescued you from, you will break your own heart again and blame me for it. Hear me. I am not the author of confusion. I am not the architect of your pain. I am not the one who wants you to suffer. Every good and perfect gift comes from me. And I am trying to position you to finally receive those gifts. There is a storm forming around certain connections, around certain decisions, around certain places you keep visiting. You sense it. You feel the heaviness. You see the little signs that things are not right. But because you fear change, you keep closing your eyes. Today I am gently opening them again. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to prepare you. I am not trying to punish you. I am trying to protect you. Archangel Michael has been assigned to you in this season, as a warrior, a guardian, a voice of spiritual emergency. When you feel that quiet but firm no in your chest, when you suddenly feel restless about a plan, when something you were excited about suddenly feels heavy and tense, do not ignore that. That is Michael standing at the gate of your life saying, if you enter here, it will cost you more than you know. If you stay here, it will drain you more than you can handle. If you trust here, it will wound you more than you expect. You called for protection and heaven answered, now you must cooperate with that protection. You have said, God, why do people keep leaving me? Why do certain connections suddenly fall apart? Why do plans fail even when I try my best? In some cases, it was not rejection. It was protection. You thought you were losing something important, but you had no idea what was hiding inside that thing. You thought you were being abandoned. But I was pulling you out of a burning building that you thought was a safe home. You cried over doors that closed, not realizing that behind some of those doors were lies, manipulation, and disaster. Today I am wiping your tears in the spirit and reminding you I have better for you. I have safer for you. I have purer for you. I have peace for you. But you must trust me enough to let go of what is shaking, cracking, and collapsing. I will not force you to release it. You are not a prisoner. You are my child. And I honor your will. Yet I am calling you to choose life, to choose wisdom, to choose protection, to choose my voice over your temporary emotions. You say you want a new life, but you keep holding on to old patterns. You say you want a stable future, but you keep running back to unstable people. You say you want peace, but you keep walking into war zones. Trying to prove your loyalty to those who wouldn't cross the street for you. Hear me, your value is not measured by how much pain you can survive. Your worth is not proven by how many times you accept disrespect. You do not have to earn love by suffering for it. I am calling you into a season where you will receive into your spirit a new understanding of your worth. You will receive into your mind new clarity about who you are in me. You will receive into your life people who treat you with honor, who speak to you with kindness, who show up consistently, not just when they need something. But first, you must make room. First, you must close the door to those who only come to take, to drain, to confuse. The tragedy that I am trying to protect you from is not only an event. It is a pattern. It is the repeated cycle of you being broken, patched up, and broken again in the same place. It is the ongoing story of you giving more than you receive. Of you apologizing for things that were never your fault, of you sacrificing yourself to keep false peace with people who are at war with themselves. I want to break this cycle completely. I want this 14th of November to be remembered as the day you finally turned around. You will say later that was the day everything started to shift. That was the day I realized God was serious about me. That was the day I finally listened. That was the day I chose to protect my heart with the same intensity that heaven protects my soul. You will look back and see that what you thought was just another message was actually a rescue mission, an intervention, a heavenly appointment. My child, I know you are tired. I know you sometimes feel like you are running without direction. I know you are weary of starting over, of trusting again, of hoping again. You are afraid that if you let go of what you have now, there might be nothing better ahead. That fear is a lie. I do not take without giving. I do not empty without filling. I do not remove what is harming you without planning something healing for you. You will receive into your hands opportunities that match the weight of your character. Doors that honor the depth of your heart, blessings that will not require you to shrink yourself. You will receive into your life abundance that does not feel like a burden, relationships that do not feel like a battlefield, peace that does not feel temporary. But to walk into this, you must walk out of the places where your spirit is being poisoned little by little. There is someone or something that you keep excusing. You keep telling yourself they will change. It will get better. Maybe it's just a phase. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Yet deep down you know that it is not improving. It is deteriorating. The more you stay, the less you recognize yourself. The more you give, the more invisible you feel. I am placing my hand gently but firmly on that area and saying, look at it with honesty. This is not where you will be healed. This is where you are being slowly broken. Archangel Michael is drawing a circle of protection around you, and inside that circle certain things cannot stay. Certain people will feel uncomfortable because your energy is changing. Your boundaries are forming. Your standards are rising. They will accuse you of being distant, cold, selfish. But what is really happening is that you are listening to me. You are finally taking your heart off the altar of other people's approval and placing it into my hands. I am not asking you to become hard. I am asking you to become wise. I am not asking you to hate. I am asking you to discern. I am not asking you to isolate yourself from love. I am asking you to separate from what is not love from what only wears the mask of love. In this separation there will be tears, but there will also be freedom. In this surrender there will be some loss, but there will also be gain that you cannot yet imagine. You will receive into your life a restoration that will make sense of all the nights you cried. You will receive into your story moments of sudden joy, unexpected favor, doors that open with ease after years of struggle. You will receive into your future the kind of stability you have been longing for. But I must say this plainly. The way you have been living cannot continue. If you want that future, you must break agreement with your own self-neglect. You must stop calling chaos normal. You must stop calling abusive patterns love. Today, November 14th, I am asking you to make a quiet, serious promise in your heart. God, I will listen this time. I will not skip what you are telling me. I will not reject the protection I have been praying for. I will not keep running back to the fire you keep pulling me out of. If you make this promise and align your actions with it, you will feel the atmosphere around you begin to change. You will feel the weight start to lift, you will feel my presence more clearly. Not because I was never there, but because you are finally choosing me above your fears. I am not angry with you. I am not disappointed that you took long to learn certain lessons. I have been patient, kind, and gentle with your journey, and I will continue to be. But love also warns. Love also says, this path will hurt you. Turn around. Love also sends messages like this. Messages that feel urgent because time is not just a number. It is an opportunity, and opportunities do not stay open forever. Do not be afraid of what you will lose by listening to me today. Be more aware of what you might lose by ignoring me again. The tragedy I see ahead is not inevitable. It is preventable. It is stoppable. It is already being dismantled as you open your heart to these words. Every step of obedience you take is a step away from that tragedy and a step into the protection I already prepared for you. You will receive into your environment a fresh wind of peace as you remove what disturbs your spirit. You will receive into your thoughts a new clarity as you stop entertaining lies about yourself and your worth. You will receive into your emotions a new strength as you stop giving your power to those who keep misusing it. You will receive into your days small signs that I am with you. A message at the right time. A door that opens when you thought all were shut. A word from someone that confirms what I have been whispering. These are not coincidences. These are coordinates guiding you step by step. Follow them. Trust them. Trust me. Open this moment fully. Do not rush past it. Let these words sink in. Let my spirit walk through each room in your heart, pointing at what must go and blessing what must stay. I am not only your God. I am your Father, your protector, your healer, your guide. I see the past that shaped you, the present that burdens you, and the future that awaits you. I am holding all of it, and I am holding you. You are not standing at this turning point alone. Archangel Michael and the hosts of heaven stand ready to defend you, to clear your path, to fight battles you do not have the strength to fight. But they move powerfully when your heart agrees with heaven's will. Today, let your heart agree. Say silently inside yourself, even now, I choose life. I choose wisdom. I choose protection. I choose God. That agreement unlocks what has been waiting for you. You will receive into your life what is meant for you, and nothing and no one will be able to block it when you walk with me. The tragedy that was scheduled for you will become a testimony of what never happened because you listened. The breaking that was planned for you will become a story of how you were instead rebuilt, renewed, redirected. The pain that was supposed to drown you will instead become proof of how deeply I love you and how far I went to rescue you. Today, November 14th, I stretch my hand toward you once more and I say, come with me. Leave what is breaking you. Walk away from what your spirit is crying about. Step into the protection I am offering. Open this message not just with your eyes but with your decisions. Open this moment by choosing differently. Open this warning by acting on it. Open this love by receiving it. I am trying to save your life, your heart, your future. Do not skip me now, my beloved child. Today, November 14th, I am leaning close to you in a way you cannot see with your eyes, but can feel deeply in your spirit. I have watched you scroll, search, and wander looking for a sign that is loud enough to silence your doubts. Hear me. This is one of those signs. Do not treat it as a random moment. Do not treat this as ordinary. I am speaking to you, not to everyone in the crowd, but to you personally. Archangel Michael stands beside you in the invisible realm, holding a sword of light over your life. He has been whispering, nudging, and trying to get your attention for so long. Today he says with urgency in his voice, I will never talk to you if you keep choosing fear over the voice of God. If you keep skipping the guidance that is sent to protect you, this is not a threat of abandonment, but a wake-up call. When you constantly ignore the gentle nudges of heaven, you move further away from the path that keeps you safe. A big tragedy has been forming like a storm at a distance. Something the enemy wants to push into your life. A chaos arranged in shadows. I am not telling you this to scare you, but to let you know why I am speaking so loudly right now. I am trying to save your life. I am trying to pull you out of wrong places, away from wrong people, out of wrong habits, out of wrong decisions that look beautiful on the outside but are rotten on the inside. There are people around you who smile in your face but secretly doubt you, use you, or even plan against you. You have felt it. You have seen small hints. You have heard a sentence here, a reaction there. You have felt the strange heaviness after talking to some of them. That is not your imagination. That is my spirit making you uncomfortable. So you don't stay where you are not safe. Every time you feel that inner tightening around certain conversations, certain invitations, certain places, it is not random. It is your spiritual alarm, my child. Archangel Michael has been dispatched over your timeline, your doors, and your name. He is not just a symbol of battle. He is a sign that you are not weak, not forgotten, not exposed, and not alone. The enemy has studied your patterns, your heartbreaks, your weaknesses, and your desires. He knows how to package a trap as a blessing. And he wants you to run to what shines instead of what is real. That is why this message arrives with urgency. You are closer to a turning point than you realize. There is a pathway in front of you that looks easy now but hard later. There is another pathway that looks hard now but blessed later. The tragedy the enemy wants for you is connected to wrong choices, wrong alliances, wrong shortcuts. I am not sending tragedy into your life. I am trying to block it. I am trying to redirect your steps. When I say do not go, it is not because I want to control you. It is because I see what you cannot see. When I say wait, it is not to punish you. It is to protect the blessing I am preparing so it does not get contaminated. Today I am asking you to slow down and listen. Slow down when you feel rushed into decisions. Slow down when someone pressures you with phrases like last chance. You'll lose everything if you don't do this, or you must decide now. I, your God, am not a God of panic. I am a God of peace. I do not push you with fear. I lead you with clarity. Fear screams, but I speak with a steady, calm authority. Whenever you feel a pressure that crushes your peace, that is your sign to step back and ask me, is this really from you? Archangel Michael stands as a guardian at the gate of your next season. He is saying, do not keep ignoring the red flags you have already seen. You have already noticed things. You have already felt that certain situations look beautiful but feel wrong. You are not weak for feeling that. You are not dramatic. You are spiritually sensitive. The tragedy I am warning you about is not always a physical accident. Sometimes the greatest tragedy is giving years of your life to someone or something that was never meant to carry your destiny. You have cried over people who walked away and you thought you lost everything. But what if I tell you that some of those exits were actually protection? You prayed for me to guide you, and then when I answered by removing someone whose heart was not clean, you called it rejection. No, my child, it was redirection. I do not expose everything loudly. Sometimes I silently block, delay, or reroute you. That is also me saving your life. Your heart has been under attack. The enemy knows that if he can break your heart, he can break your focus. If he can break your focus, he can bend your decisions. If he can bend your decisions, he can try to bend your destiny. This is why I am sending this message, to realign your heart with truth before your emotions drive you into something that will take too much from you. You have been feeling strange heaviness, sudden waves of anxiety, moments when your chest feels tight and you cannot explain why. That is not just your mind. That is also spiritual pressure. There are words spoken against you, jealous thoughts thrown at you, and dark expectations formed around you. But listen to me. My protection is not passive. My angels are not standing still. When I say I am trying to save your life, I mean I am actively canceling plots you do not even know exist. You will receive into your life a new strength, a new clarity, new discipline, and a new shield if you choose to listen and align today. I am placing over you a covering that closes certain doors and opens others. Do not cry over doors I am closing. Some of those doors lead to beautiful rooms with dangerous floors. They look grand, but the foundation is cracked. You may not see the crack now, but one day it would collapse under your feet. I close doors not to hurt you, but to keep you from falling. I see you, child, when you are alone at night, thinking about your future, worrying if you will end up alone, broke, or broken. I see you replay conversations wondering if you said something wrong or if you are not enough. Let me say this clearly. You are not walking toward tragedy. You are walking toward transformation. The enemy plans tragedy. But I turn every planned tragedy into a testimony when you choose to walk with me. Today I ask for your attention not because I am desperate but because I love you. I am not like people who say if you don't do what I say I will leave you forever. I am not emotional like that. But I do need you to understand spiritual seriousness. When Archangel Michael says if you keep skipping the messages sent to save you, you will lose the protection that comes from obedience, he is saying this protection is attached to alignment. When you walk outside the covering, you cannot blame the rain for getting you wet. I am calling you back under my covering. I am calling you to step out of circles that constantly drain you, mislead you, or lower your standards. Not everyone around you is your assignment. Not everyone has the right to access your heart. Not everyone deserves your private thoughts. Boundaries are not rejection. They are spiritual protection. A big tragedy can also mean a big mistake that changes the course of your life for years. It can be one wrong yes, one wrong I trust you, one wrong sign on a paper. One wrong move with someone who smiles but does not care about your soul. I am trying to save you from that. That is why you are reading these words, at this exact moment on this exact day. This is not by accident. This is timed. There is something you have been considering lately. Something you are about to do, say, or agree to. You have been uncertain. You have asked God, give me a sign. This message is a sign to slow down and bring that decision into my presence. Do not run with your emotions. Bring it into my light. Let me show you what you do not see. If that decision brings chaos into your spirit instead of calm, step back. If that person makes you feel small, confused, and constantly unsafe, step back. You are not called to live in constant tension. Listen, my child, I did not create you to walk in constant fear of missing out. The world shouts, hurry, you will lose everything. I whisper, trust me, you are not late. The world threatens you with deadlines. I guide you with perfect timing. I am not trying to scare you into obedience. I am trying to awaken you into wisdom. Wake up from the lies that tell you that peace is boring, that drama is love, that chaos is normal. That is not your portion. Today, November 14th, mark it in your heart as a day of awakening. You are crossing a line from careless decisions to careful alignment. You are stepping away from patterns that always left you broken. You are rising above cycles in your family, cycles in your relationships, cycles in your finances, cycles in your emotions. You will not repeat the same story again and again. This day is an invitation to break the loop. Archangel Michael stands with a sword drawn over repetitive cycles in your life. Cycles where you always give more than you receive. Cycles where you believe pretty promises and ignore consistent actions. Cycles where you forgive everybody but never protect yourself. Hear me. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to step away. You are allowed to choose stability over chaos. The tragedy the enemy wants for you is to keep you trapped in the illusion that you are not worthy of better. So you stay where you are not valued. I am trying to save your life by pulling you out of that belief. You are not a background character in your own story. You are not an extra in someone else's drama. You are chosen, seen, and deeply loved. I molded you with intention. I placed gifts inside you that still have not fully awakened because you have been too busy surviving attacks instead of building your destiny. I want you to receive into your heart a new identity. Not victim but victor, not forgotten but favored. I want you to receive into your mind a new mindset. Not everything goes wrong for me, but everything is being turned in my favor. I want you to receive into your spirit a new courage. The courage to walk away from what no longer matches the future I am designing for you. You have blamed yourself for so much. You think if I had done this differently, maybe they wouldn't have left. Maybe they wouldn't have betrayed me. Maybe they wouldn't have changed. But hear me, their choices are not your failure. Their lack of loyalty is not proof that you are unworthy. Their inability to see your value does not erase your value. I am God. I saw every tear, every effort, every sacrifice. I saw what you gave and I also saw what they did with it. I am a God of justice. I do not sleep. I do not ignore pain. I may not move on your timing, but I move with precision. The same way I am trying to save your life from unseen tragedy. I am also bringing balance to situations where you were wronged. You do not have to fight everybody. You do not have to prove your truth to people who don't want to understand. You do not have to throw your pearls to those who only want to step on them. Step back and let me be your defender right now. As you read, I am gently lifting heavy worries from your shoulders. That heaviness in your chest is not your forever. That tension in your mind will not be permanent. I am breathing peace into your nervous system, peace into your overthinking, peace into your sleep. The nights where you lie awake replaying everything are being replaced with nights where your mind finally rests. But you must partner with me. Protection is not only prayer. It is also choices. If I warn you about a person and you stay, I cannot force you to leave. If I show you a red flag and you repaint it white, I cannot lie to you. I will not tell you something is safe when it is not. I can comfort you, guide you, and strengthen you, but you must also move your feet. Your obedience is a shield. Your alignment is armor. You are worried about money, stability, and your future. You are scared that if you step away from certain unhealthy connections or situations, you will lose support or opportunities. But what if I tell you that staying in what is wrong is already costing you more than leaving ever will? You are paying with your peace. You are paying with your time. You are paying with your mental health. You are paying with your dreams. That is too high a price. I am your source. Not those people, not that situation, not that job, not that relationship. I may use them as channels for a season, but I am the one who provides. If I remove a channel, it is because I am about to open another. Do not cling to what I am trying to gently move out of your life. You cannot receive what I am sending if your hands are tightly closed around what I am asking you to release. There is also something else I am saving you from. The tragedy of becoming someone you are not. Pain can change people. Betrayal can make you hard. Rejection can make you cold. I am trying to save your heart from turning into a mirror of what hurt it. You are not meant to become bitter, suspicious of everyone, and distant from love. I want to heal your heart so you can love carefully, not foolishly, but still love. I want you to protect your heart without shutting it down. Archangel Michael's words today are sharp, but they come from my love. Stop playing with your own life. Stop ignoring the quiet alarms in your spirit. Stop forcing what I have already tried to remove. Stop chasing what keeps breaking you. You are not created to live in destruction. You are created to live in divine design. My child, I am not promising a life without storms. But I am promising you this. You will not be destroyed. The tragedy that was planned will not have the last word. The accident that was plotted in darkness will fall apart. The manipulation forming against you will be exposed. The wrong decision you were about to make will be interrupted. The wrong person you were about to trust will reveal themselves before they can go deeper. These two are ways I save your life, but I need you to stay connected to me, not just in moments of fear, but in ordinary moments. Talk to me when you wake up. Invite me into your decisions, not just your emergencies. Let my peace be your guide, not other people's pressure. If you feel you are losing yourself to please others, pause. Come back to me. I will remind you who you are. You feel tired and that is okay. You feel like you always have to be strong and no one understands how heavy that is. Today I want you to exhale. Let go of the idea that you must carry everything alone. You don't. You were never meant to. Each time you whisper, God, help me, I hear you. Even when you don't have fancy words, your sighs are prayers to me. Your tears are language to me. I decode your silence. I am healing parts of you that you do not even know are wounded. The fear of being left. The fear of losing everything overnight. The fear of sudden disaster. I am touching those fears at the root. The tragedy the enemy has been whispering about. The worst case scenarios he keeps replaying in your mind are being countered by my promise. I am with you. Your life is not in the enemy's hands. Your life is not in the hands of people. Your life is not in the hands of luck. Your life is in mine today, November 14th. Let this not just be a date, but a decision. Decide to trust what I am showing you. Decide to protect your heart. Decide to walk away from what is clearly harmful, even if it is hard. Decide to believe that I am not trying to scare you, but to spare you. Decide that your future is worth more than temporary attention, temporary comfort, or temporary excitement. You will receive into your life over the days and months ahead proof that I have been protecting you. Situations will arise where you will say, "Now I see why God warned me." People will reveal their true colors. And you will realize that if you had gone deeper with them, the damage would have been worse. Doors you cried over will later make sense. What once broke your heart will one day become the story of how I saved your life. I am wrapping you in a covering of light. I am surrounding you with quiet guidance. I am whispering to you in the middle of noisy voices. I am fighting for you in places you cannot see. I am breaking chains you grew so used to that you thought they were normal. I am rewriting endings you were afraid to even dream of changing. You will not end in disaster. You will not end in shame. You will not end in regret. Stand up inside yourself today. Straighten your back spiritually, lift your head. Place your hand over your heart. And remember, this heart is mine. This life is mine. This story is mine to redeem. No tragedy planned against you will be greater than the purpose I placed inside you. No scheme of the enemy can outrun the speed of my mercy. My child, I am here. I have always been here. I will not leave you. I will not abandon you. But I need you to stop abandoning yourself. Listen to my warnings. Embrace my protection. Let this message sink in not as fear, but as love calling you higher. Walk into the rest of this day with a new awareness. Heaven is watching over you. Archangel Michael is stationed for you. And I, your God, am actively saving your life from tragedy seen and unseen. You are not alone. You are not unprotected. You are not forsaken. You are mine. And that will never change. Today, November 14th, I am speaking to you in a way your heart cannot ignore. My child, you have seen the words. Archangel Michael says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your life something that will change everything. Open immediately. Open this now. You read those words and something inside you trembled because you feel that your life has been on the edge of something heavy. Something you cannot fully explain. Listen to me now, because I do not come to frighten you but to awaken you. I am not here to abandon you if you skip a message. I am here to rescue you from the things that have been trying to silently destroy you. You have been walking with so much weight in your chest, pretending to be strong for others, pretending that everything is fine, while inside you feel like you are one step away from breaking down. You smile, but your soul is tired. You talk, but your heart feels unheard. You carry burdens that nobody sees. You have secrets you feel you cannot share. You have fears that wake you up in the middle of the night. I have seen every tear that has not even fallen yet. Every sleepless night. Every question that you have whispered into the dark. I have not been blind to your pain. I have not ignored your prayers. I have not forgotten you. Even when you thought I was silent, today I am drawing a line in your story. Today, November 14th, is not just another date on a calendar for you. It is a turning point in the spiritual realm. It is a day when I am coming close to you with urgency because there are things forming against you that I do not want to become your reality. There are choices you are about to make, connections you might continue, paths you might walk down that would lead you into deep regret, heartbreak, and unnecessary tragedy. I do not send fear to you. I send warning and love. The tragedy I am trying to save you from is not just some random event. It is the consequence of staying in places that are hurting you, trusting people who keep proving they are not safe and ignoring my gentle corrections. There is a conversation you keep avoiding with yourself. You know something is not right. You know there is a relationship, a habit, a pattern, a place, or a secret that is not aligned with the peace I want for you. You feel it in your spirit when you try to move forward but keep getting pulled backwards into the same pain. You feel it when your intuition whispers, "This is not safe for you." But your fear of being alone or your fear of change keeps you tied to what is familiar. It is this that I am speaking into today. It is here that I am trying to rescue you. I am not just telling you a dramatic sentence. I am opening your eyes to what is around you. Archangel Michael stands, in battle over your life. Not to threaten you but to protect you. You have been feeling heavy attacks, emotional attacks, mental attacks, confusion, sudden anxiety, sudden sadness that makes no sense, sudden discouragement in moments where you should feel hopeful. This is not just you being weak. This is a spiritual pressure trying to push you into giving up, settling, compromising who you are, or walking back into the arms of what once broke you. Michael has been fighting for you, blocking certain disasters that you don't even know came close, removing certain people from your life that you thought you needed, but who were secretly dangerous to your destiny. You called some of those losses rejection. But I called them protection. I need you to understand something clearly. My love for you is not fragile. It does not disappear if you make a mistake or if you miss a sign. I will never stop speaking to you. But there are windows of time in your life where obedience matters more than you realize, where a small decision can prevent a huge tragedy. That is why it feels so urgent right now. It is not that I am saying I will never talk to you again. It is that the choices you make now can determine whether you walk into greater peace or into deeper pain. Today I am lifting the veil so you can see more clearly. Today I am placing in your heart a holy courage to say no where you have been too afraid to set boundaries and to say yes where you have hesitated to move forward. There is someone you have been trying so hard to please and, in that process you have been slowly betraying yourself. You shrink your needs so they won't be uncomfortable. You silence your voice so they won't get angry. You ignore red flags because you are afraid to lose them. You tolerate disrespect because you are scared of being alone again, hurt again, or judged again. But my child, a big tragedy is to lose yourself while trying not to lose someone else. A big tragedy is to give your heart to people who don't know how to hold it and then blame yourself when they drop it. I am trying to save you from a heartbreak that would crush your spirit in a way you don't deserve. There is also a financial and emotional trap that I am pulling you away from. Be careful of deals that sound too good to be true. Be careful of people who suddenly appear with offers, promises, or help that seem shiny but cost you your peace, your integrity, or your safety. You have been through enough. You don't need to be tricked again. You have learned from past mistakes, and I want you to honor those lessons. Do not rush into something just because you feel pressured by time or by someone else's excitement. I am not a god of manipulation. I am a god of clarity. When I bring a blessing, I do not need to confuse you or rush you into it with fear. When I bring a blessing, I also bring confirmation, peace, and alignment with who you truly are in me. You will receive into your life something that looks like an opportunity. But not every opportunity comes from me. Some doors are traps dressed as miracles. Some people will use flattering words to gain access to your mind, your heart, your time, or your resources. I am warning you now not to be guided by desperation, greed, or fear, but by wisdom, discernment, and peace. If something keeps stealing your peace even while it promises you happiness, listen to that. If you have to constantly ignore your inner voice to stay somewhere, that is not my best for you. If you keep having dreams, signs, or strong feelings that something is wrong, don't bury that. Honor the way I speak inside you, my child. You do not need to chase desperation to get what I have already written under your name. You have felt like you always have to fight, prove, beg, or run after people, after love, after security, after recognition. You feel like you are never enough, like you always need to do more. But I am telling you today, I have seen your efforts. I have seen your sacrifices. I have seen the times you showed kindness when others were cruel. I have seen the nights you stayed awake, crying, and the mornings you still got up and tried again. You are not invisible to me. I have not overlooked your tears. I am not blind to the good that you have done. Even when others refuse to acknowledge it, the tragedy that is trying to form in your life is not just external. It is internal. It is the danger of you believing that you are unworthy, unloved, abandoned, and alone. It is the danger of you deciding that your life does not matter, that your future has no meaning, that nothing good will ever happen for you. These are lies that I am tearing down today. I am trying to save your life physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You have been on the edge of giving up on certain dreams, giving up on trusting again, giving up on expecting anything good. But I am stepping into your thoughts right now and telling you, don't bury the gifts I placed inside you just because people mishandled you. Don't abandon the future I planned for you just because the past hurt you. Archangel Michael walks with a sword of light, cutting away attachments that are not from me. You may feel it as sudden endings, sudden distance, sudden separation from people or things you thought would be permanent. When this happens, you will want to cling. You will want to chase. You will want to argue to prove your worth, to fight, to stay. But I say to you gently, when I remove what is harmful, let it go. You don't have to run after what I am rescuing you from. If something keeps breaking your heart, if someone keeps draining your soul, you don't need to keep going back to them to prove you are loyal. Loyalty to what is killing your peace is not loyalty. It is self-destruction disguised as love. You have been loyal to pain, but now I am calling you to be loyal to healing. You have been loyal to fear, but now I am calling you to be loyal to faith. You have been loyal to the version of you that survived, but now I am calling you to grow into the version of you that can finally rest and receive. The big tragedy I am trying to save you from is the tragedy of never discovering who you really are in me because you were too busy trying to be what everyone else demanded. I created you with a purpose. With gifts, with a unique light that nobody else has. When you dim that light to make others comfortable, the world loses something only you could carry. And you lose the joy of living as your true self. Today, November 14th, I am blowing a fresh wind of courage into you. You will feel in the coming days a stronger clarity about what is right for you and what is not. Do not run from that clarity. When your heart feels restless in a certain environment, pay attention. When your spirit feels heavy around certain people, pay attention. When your body starts reacting with anxiety, headaches, or exhaustion every time you talk to someone or think about something, pay attention. These are not random. Your whole being is trying to tell you the truth. I am speaking through your peace and your discomfort. I am not against you. I am standing with you, trying to show you where you are safe and where you are not. There is a divine shift about to happen in your relationships. Some people will step back and you will not understand why. At first you might feel rejected, confused, or hurt. But with time you will see that I am rearranging your circle. I am removing those who secretly compete with you, envy you, or speak negatively behind your back while pretending to care in front of you. I am exposing intentions not to make you bitter, but to make you wiser. I am sending people who will speak life into you instead of draining you. People who will support your growth instead of being threatened by it. People who will protect your heart instead of playing with it. A big tragedy would be to keep your life open to anyone just so you won't feel lonely for a moment and then suffer long-term wounds that are difficult to heal. I am trying to save you from connections that lead nowhere good. I see ahead where you cannot see. I see the conversations you don't hear, the plans you don't know about, the hearts that are not truly for you. When I give you a no, it is never to punish you. It is to prepare you for a better yes. When something doesn't work out despite all your efforts, don't immediately call it failure. Sometimes it is my mercy in disguise. Sometimes it is me standing in front of a door you want, saying, "You don't know what is behind this, but I do. Trust me, my child." You also need to know that you are not cursed. You have repeated this idea in your mind that nothing good ever stays, that everything you love leaves, that you are destined for disappointment. These are lies that you have lived with for so long that they feel like truth. But I am breaking that cycle now. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not at the bottom of my priority list. Things may have taken longer than you hoped. Doors may have closed. People may have betrayed you. And life may have hit you harder than others. But this does not mean I have abandoned you. It means there is a process, a timing, and a protection over your life that you don't fully see yet. What you are about to receive into your life is not just material. It is spiritual stabilizing. I am sending peace into your mind where there has been chaos. I am sending healing into your heart where there has been emotional bleeding. I am sending strength into your spirit where there has been weakness and fatigue. I am sending clarity into your decisions where there has been confusion. I am lifting you from the inside before I shift things on the outside. Because when I bless you, I want you to be strong enough to keep it. When I open new doors, I want you to be able to walk through them without dragging old chains. The big tragedy I am saving you from may also be the path of self-harm, self-neglect, or self-abandonment. You have been too harsh on yourself, too unforgiving, too cruel in your inner dialogue. You say things to yourself that I would never say to you. You call yourself names I never gave you. You speak hopelessness over your own future. Then wonder why you feel so empty. Today I am asking you to begin speaking differently to yourself. Treat yourself as someone I love because I do. Be gentle with yourself in the same way you wish others would be gentle with you. Honor your feelings. Rest when you are tired. Ask for help when you feel overwhelmed. You are not meant to carry everything alone. Archangel Michael will continue to war on your behalf, to stand between you and the unseen attacks that come against your destiny. But I also need you to partner with this protection. That means not going back to what I rescued you from. That means not reopening doors with people who have shown you repeatedly that they cannot be trusted. That means not flirting with temptation, thinking you are strong enough to handle it when you know it has pulled you down before. When I say stay away, it is not because I want to control you. It is because I want to preserve you, my child. Hear this clearly. I am not condemning you. I am not here to crush you with guilt. I am here to lift you from danger. That big tragedy is not my plan. It is what happens when you live far from the truth of how loved and valuable you are. The more you believe you are worthless, the more you allow people and situations to treat you that way. But when you begin to believe that you are precious to me, you will start to protect yourself better. You will stop accepting crumbs of love. When I want to give you a feast, you will stop settling for chaos. When I created you for peace. Today, November 14th, I want you to make a quiet decision in your heart. I will no longer betray myself to keep others comfortable. I will no longer ignore the warning signs inside me. I will no longer pretend I am fine when I am breaking. I will walk with God into a safer, healthier, more honest life. This decision will not instantly fix everything, but it will shift the direction of your steps. And direction is more important than speed. Even if you move slowly, if you are moving toward healing, that is victory, you will receive into your heart a deeper level of self-respect. You will receive into your days people who mirror my love better. You will receive into your journey new chances, new ideas, new strength. I am not finished with you. Your story is not over. The tragedy will not be your final chapter. My favor over your life will be seen. But I need you alive, awake, and present to experience it. So, choose life. Choose wisdom. Choose peace. Choose to let go of what is killing you. Even if letting go makes you cry at first, you are seen, you are heard. You are loved. You are not alone in this. When you feel like you have nobody, you still have me. When you feel like no one understands, I still understand. When you feel like everything is falling apart, I am still holding you together. A big tragedy may have been forming like a dark cloud in the distance, but my light is stronger. My hand over your life is not weak. I am stepping into your today to protect your tomorrow. Open your heart now, not in fear, but in trust. Today is a call, not a curse, it is an invitation, not a threat. Come closer to me. Let go of what is destroying you. Listen to the wisdom you feel rising inside as you read these words. This message is not about punishing you. It is about saving you. You are too precious to lose. You are too loved to be left in danger. I am with you now and I will be with you through every step that follows. Damn beloved child, listen to me with all the attention of your heart. Because I am speaking to you in this moment of your life on this very day. And I do not want fear to rule you. I want truth to free you. You have seen so many messages that threatened you, that told you if you skip, if you do not click, if you do not obey a sentence on a screen, then tragedy will fall on you. I want you to know from my heart to yours. I am not a god of manipulation. I am not a god of tricks. I am not a god who plays with your fear. I am your Father. I am your Creator. I am the one who has seen every tear you cried alone. And I am the one who has kept you alive even when you felt like giving up. I am speaking now because I love you and because I see something heavy coming toward your life. If you continue on the same unsafe paths with the same dangerous people, with the same exhausted heart that you try to hide behind your smile. Today, Archangel Michael stands beside you, not to threaten you, but to protect you, to warn you in love, to fight for you in the battles you do not see. When you read the words, a big tragedy is coming your way. I do not want you to imagine only accidents and disasters. I want you to understand that a tragedy can also be a broken soul, a destroyed confidence, a future stolen slowly by the wrong choices and wrong relationships. The tragedy that heaven is trying to prevent in your life is the tragedy of you living far below the beauty I designed for you, trapped in the hands of people and habits that do not love you. There is a danger around you. Not only in the outside world, but in the thoughts that whisper, you are nothing. You are late. You are forgotten. You are cursed. You are unlucky. That is a lie. You are none of those things. You are mine. You have been feeling like you are walking on the edge, like something bad could happen at any time. And part of you thinks it is punishment. But I tell you again, I am not building your future with punishment. I am building it with mercy. What you are feeling is not me trying to crush you. It is your spirit struggling with the pressure of everything you've been carrying. You have kept secrets inside your chest that no one knows about. You have smiled in front of people and then cried when the lights were off. You have replayed old mistakes like a movie and blamed yourself for everything that went wrong. My child, that is the tragedy. I am saving you from a life where you believe you are unworthy of joy. When you think of Archangel Michael saying, "If you skip me now, I will never talk to you," I want to correct that lie in your heart. In my kingdom, love does not threaten to abandon you because you were tired, distracted, or late. Heaven does not close its mouth forever because you missed one moment. I am not giving you this message so that you panic and tremble. I am giving you this message because I want you to pause and see clearly. What must stop in your life before it breaks you further? Who must you step away from before they pull you into a deeper darkness? Which habits must you surrender before they slowly kill your peace, your health, your confidence? I am trying to save your life. Not in a shallow, dramatic way, but in the most real way possible. I am saving your life by calling you away from those who drain your spirit, lie to your face, and celebrate in their heart when you are weak. I am saving your life by removing certain people, closing certain doors, and shaking certain situations that you thought were stable but were built on sand. You prayed for protection, and sometimes protection looks like the painful ending of something you wanted to keep. Sometimes my love for you appears as disappointment because I saw the ending you did not see, and I chose your safety over your temporary comfort. There is someone around you whose presence is not safe for your heart, and I have been showing you small signs. You have felt uneasy around them. You have caught small lies coming from them. You have noticed how they know your weakness and press on it when they want control. You have said to yourself, maybe I am overthinking, and you covered your intuition with excuses. My child, I gave you that intuition. I have been whispering through your discomfort. I do not want you to live in paranoia, but I also do not want you to ignore the red flags that I placed in front of your eyes. The tragedy that wants to approach you often walks through the doorway of people who do not truly love you. I am speaking firmly because I know how much you forgive, how much you tolerate, how much you stay, even when you are breaking. You think that leaving is cruel, that drawing boundaries is selfish, that saying no is unkind. But understand this: protecting the life I gave you is not selfish. It is obedience to my love. When you allow someone to constantly disrespect you, lie to you, use you, and drain you, you are letting them slowly kill the brightness I placed in you. I want you to understand that saying enough is sometimes the holiest word you can speak over your situation. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a warrior of truth, and he is holding a sword not to frighten you but to cut through the illusion surrounding you. There are illusions about your worth, illusions about your future, illusions about what you deserve in relationships. You have accepted less because you thought you were less. You have stayed in low places because you believed you were not worthy of higher ones. You have allowed disrespect because you thought that was the price you had to pay to not be alone. Today I am speaking to that belief and tearing it apart. You are not destined to live as a second option, a backup plan, or a doormat. The tragedy I am interrupting is the tragedy of you never discovering how deeply you are loved. You will receive into your life a new season, a new opportunity, a new strength if you dare to walk out of what is killing your joy. The big tragedy coming your way is not a fixed future. It is a path you do not have to continue walking. If you keep ignoring the warning signs, if you keep letting people walk over you, if you keep numbing your pain in ways that destroy you, then yes, tragedy will build itself slowly around you. But if you listen now, if you begin to protect your heart, if you seek help, if you accept that you need healing, then I will turn that tragedy into testimony. I will turn what was meant to break you into the story of how you finally stood up and chose life. You have been carrying memories that feel like heavy stones in your chest. Moments where you were betrayed. Moments where you were humiliated. Moments where you needed someone to stand up for you and no one did. I saw all of it. I watched the way you swallowed your pain just to keep the peace. I saw how you blamed yourself for being hurt. Today I am telling you, you do not have to punish yourself for what others did to you. You do not have to keep reliving that same situation in your mind. The more you replay it, the deeper you cut into the same wound. Let me hold that pain. Let me carry what you were never meant to carry alone. There is also a tragedy that happens when you stop believing in good things for yourself. When you expect disappointment in every area. When you believe that happiness is for other people, not for you, you look at your life and think maybe this is all there is. Struggle, fear, waiting, loss. You scroll through promises, messages, videos, words, hoping one of them is the key that suddenly changes everything in an instant. But listen carefully. I am not a lottery ticket. I am your father. I am not going to magically erase every consequence in 1 second. But I promise to walk with you step by step as you rebuild your life. I am giving you strength, wisdom, and guidance, not superstition. You will not be saved by clicking on everything. You will be saved by trusting me enough to act on what I show you. I am asking you to become serious about your own well-being. Serious about your mental health. Serious about your safety, serious about your future. This is how I am trying to save your life by pushing you gently but firmly to take real steps. If you are overwhelmed, talk to someone you can trust. If your thoughts are dark, reach for help from those who can support you. I can work through friends, through counselors, through kind strangers, through opportunities you did not expect. Do not suffer alone in silence, believing that I have forgotten you. I have been sending you small lights in the darkness, and you have sometimes walked past them because you thought you did not deserve them. The tragedy that wants to come is not stronger than my hand over you. But you must agree with me. You must stop agreeing with the lies that tell you nothing will change. I might as well give up. I am cursed. I am unlucky. Your mind has become a battlefield, and my words are your protection. When you feel like you are nothing, remember that I designed you carefully with purpose in your personality, with intention in your existence. When you feel alone, remember that I watched you in every lonely room. When you feel like no one understands, remember that I understood you even before you knew how to explain yourself. Today I am asking you to release some things you have been holding too tightly. Release the need to control everything. Release the guilt about your past. Release the fear that if you say no, everyone will leave you. Release the belief that love should hurt this much to prove it is real. The love I intend for you is not abuse decorated with apologies. The friendships I intend for you are not alliances built on gossip and jealousy. The family connections I intend for you are not invisible chains pulling you into cycles of pain. I am not calling you to hate anyone, but I am calling you to step out of any atmosphere that keeps you small, scared, and silent. You have been asking for a sign, something clear, something undeniable that you can hold on to. Let these words be that sign. You are not imagining your exhaustion, your sadness, your confusion. It is real and it matters to me. I am not telling you that everything will magically be perfect tomorrow. But I am telling you that if you choose today to take even one step toward healing, toward leaving what is toxic, toward seeking help, heaven will walk with you in that step. Archangel Michael and the angels I assign to you are not standing with, crossed arms waiting to judge your mistakes. They are positioned to guard you as you move forward. This message reaches you at a time when you were scrolling, searching, maybe feeling empty. You might be thinking, is this really for me? I want you to know I see you. The private you. The one behind the profile, behind the phone, behind the words. I see the dreams you gave up on because life hit too hard. I see the talents you buried because someone told you that you were not good enough. I see the way you sometimes rehearse conversations in your mind. Wishing you had defended yourself. Wishing you had spoken. Wishing you had left earlier. My child, your story is not ending like this. This is not your final chapter. The reason this feels urgent is not because I will abandon you if you look away. The urgency comes from how fragile life is, how quickly a wrong decision, an unsafe person, or an ignored pain can turn into something heavier. I want you to be awake, not afraid. I want you to be alert, not paranoid. I want you to be wise, not hardened. So I speak to you with love that is strong, love that does not flatter you, but tells you the truth. You cannot keep walking into the same fire and expecting not to get burnt. You cannot keep going back to the same words that break you and call it love. You cannot keep leaving your heart unguarded in the hands of those who have already proven they do not care for it. There is also a blessing I am preparing for you, and I do not want you to miss it because you are holding on to what is harming you. You will receive into your life at the right time new connections, new opportunities, new peace. But you must have room for them. If your hands are full of what is destroying you, how will you hold what I want to give? If your mind is full of fear and self-hate, how will you recognize the beauty when it comes? You keep thinking that I am delaying the blessing to hurt you. But sometimes I am delaying it to protect it from the environment you are still in. Do not confuse my patience with my absence. I have been patient with you because healing is not instant and forgiveness is a process. I have watched you try to change and fall back. I have watched you promise yourself that you would never cry over them again. And then the tears came back anyway. I did not condemn you in those moments. I held you. I still hold you. I am not tired of you. I am not fed up with your slowness. I am only asking you. Do not give up on yourself. Do not decide that this is all you deserve. Do not surrender your identity to the hands of those who never valued it. You have survived things that others would not even believe if you tried to explain. You have walked through days where you had no idea how you would make it through the next hour. You have lived through emotional storms inside you while appearing calm outside. I saw how strong you had to be just to get through what others called ordinary days. That strength inside you came from me. And I am now inviting you to use that same strength to build, not just to endure. You have learned how to survive. Now I want to teach you how to live. Living means choosing yourself in healthy ways. Living means allowing yourself to be happy without sabotaging it because you are afraid it will end. Living means allowing people into your life who actually add peace instead of chaos. Living means making choices for your future, not just reacting to your past. And I will guide you. When you are unsure, speak to me with simple words. You do not need perfect prayers. You only need honest ones. tell me you are scared. Tell me you are confused. Tell me you do not know how to begin. I can work with honesty. I cannot heal what you pretend is not there. If you feel like your thoughts are too heavy, if you ever feel unsafe with yourself, if you ever feel you are on the edge, I want you to reach out to someone you trust, to a professional, to a helper that I place in your path. This is also my hand reaching to save your life. I work through people, through conversations, through support. I did not design you to carry your pain, alone in the quiet. Every time you open up to the right person about how you are truly feeling, you are opening a window for my healing light to enter. My child, you are not a lost cause. You are not destined only for tragedy. The fact that you are reading this, breathing, thinking, existing right now is proof that your story still has pages to be written. I am not finished with you. I am rewriting endings that were forced on you. I am breaking cycles that have run in your life for too long. I am cutting ties with what was never meant to define your worth. When you feel weak, remember that you do not walk alone. My presence is closer to you than your own heartbeat. So hear me clearly. I am trying to save your life not by terrifying you but by waking you up to your value. I am calling you away from people who abuse your kindness. I am pulling you out of situations where your soul is slowly dying. I am inviting you into a future where peace is not just a dream but a daily reality. Do not ignore the voice you feel right now inside. Do not push away the clarity that is rising in you. Do not silence the part of you that is tired of being hurt. You are mine. You are loved. You are seen. You are protected. Walk with me one step at a time, and the tragedy that was forming against you will dissolve into a testimony of how you rose when you finally believed that you deserved better. I am with you now. I will be with you in every decision, and I will not abandon you even when you feel lost. Trust me enough to change what needs to change. And you will see that this message was not here to scare you, but to begin your rescue.